slipped out of my hand.
That surprises me because you're really good at lubing shafts.
Some of the worst, most colossal Mount Everest sized mistakes we've ever made on this channel have been on this project, but the one that makes me sick to my stomach is the fact that it has taken us over 4.5 years to get to the point that we are at now. And it's not like we've been working on it for 4.5 years. We got stuck in the stupid cycle. For those unfamiliar with the cycle of stupidity, it goes like this. Idiot buys project car. Idiot loses interest in project car. So he buys another project car. Now he's out of money, so he makes desperate decisions based on lack of financial backing on the first project car, and then to solve all of those issues, he buys another project car. Only until recently I realized if we continue down this path, we might actually be idiots. The video here you're seeing of Dennis putting this engine together is almost 2 years old. The fact that this Jeep has not been running, driving, tuned, and racing in and of itself is a big, fat, sad failure. In the beginning, we bought a Corvette, it kind of ran and drove, we cut the Corvette body off, I don't know why, and then we welded a Jeep tub onto it. It wasn't the greatest thing to look at, but it was really fun to drive, even for being as slow as it was. Instead of continuing down the path of, hey, this is fun to drive, let's make it faster, I decided I wanted to paint it. So instead of watching me race the thing, you gotta watch me sand Bondo for 3 or 4 months, which I quickly learned no one wants to watch anybody sand Bondo for any amount of time. I say all that to give you my sincerest apologies that it took 4.5 years for us to realize that we might actually be idiots if we don't make a change. So moving forward, I'm excited to show you everything we've learned, not just from the mechanic and fab side of things, but from putting videos together. Over the last several months, we've been chipping away at this in the background. We're kind of in the last 10% of the build, takes 90% of the time phase. So most of the progress we're making was not visually enjoyable to watch. It's pretty boring. But there's something at the end of this video I'm really excited to show you, and I'm really proud to tell you this is the last video you're going to watch of the Jeep not running and driving. So I look forward to showing you what we've done and what we have learned, and I'm excited to show you the next video where this thing finally moves under its own power and we can finally take a deep breath that the longest, biggest mistake we've ever made is finally running and driving.
All right, I gotta document this because this always freaks me out when this happens. So basically I'm building like a little frame up here to kind of mimic this, so there's something to bolt it to up top. That's what that's for, is a back support. So anyways, I figured like here for this straight to be would be about 9.5. So from there to there is about 11.5. Came over here to what remains of my scrap metal, looking for 2 more pieces of this C-chain, okay? Found this, 11.5. Okay, and the other one we needed to be 9.5. It is 9.5 on the dot. Oh, I'm so lonely. That's why I think this is cool. I feel like the metal is my friend. Okay, anyways. I had to make this dumb little skeleton thing so we had stuff to bolt it to. Dennis is starting to chip away at the wiring. So the old motor that was in here that had the Corvette crank pulley, I sold that to a friend for 200 bucks. Well, he took the pulley with it, and we need the Corvette pulley because there's no clearance. So Dennis is off yonder grabbing that from our friend. So this is looking good. We got this mounted. I went and spent way too much money on those stupid fancy Allen things. I got 12 of those and washers, and it was $25. I'm not exaggerating. Anyways, we're out of super thick, nice aluminum. So for this piece, we got this ugly pile of poo. But It's all going to be powder coated wrinkle black. This is going to sit behind this. What I'm getting at basically is going to mount it down there as well as up here. But this fiberglass, yeah, so this floor is fiberglass. And it might be kind of hard to tell, but that is like 3/4 of an inch thick. And so these won't grab. So what we're going to attempt to do is mix some JB Weld and basically glue them in place. And we'll just hopefully remember to not over torque them. And it should work great. But sure, I'm glad I have these super nice Garage Idiot gloves that you can get on thegarageidiots.com. Super flexible, no breaky, protect you from JB Weld. It seems pretty solid enough to just keep something in place, eh? No, it don't matter. It's looking pretty. Cut away from yourself.
Okay. Nice, you got a kill switch.
Ooh.
Ooh. Now figure out where you want it, so I can know where to put the battery. Ooh, terminals. Nice.
I've never seen something like this before. Oh. Wow. Was that Saloom?
Yes.
Ah.
And then...
Oh!
Irish Mission Wax.
This is red for ground. Oh, I'm wearing my dad's shoes. I'm not even wearing my work shoes. So I had to steal the 4-inch to 3.5 for the turbo inlet on the Colorado. And then I think I used the other 2 of these on a Silverado. Or when Dennis took all this apart, he hid them, but I've looked everywhere. So these are ordered. Yeah, so I'm gonna pop these on here so that we know right where this thing needs to sit. And then we'll know how much room we actually have right here to put this guy. Luckily, this thing is pretty slim, so it should fit right behind, should fit right like that actually. Beautiful world, grandma's cooking breakfast, she makes pancakes the best. I check my MySpace and I got a lot of friend requests, yes. If you can't tell, it's early in the morning. We have ourselves an excellent start to the day, and probably for the next 2 hours, I will be mentally unstable as I try to awaken. This coffee needs to kick in. This video is gonna get really weird. You depend on our protection, yet you feed us lies from the tablecloth. La 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 la. Boom, shot before 5 o'clock. Let's go. Glad this JB Weld method of putting these riv nuts in is working out on this fiberglass, because we got to do 2 more. But these held pretty good. I was able to torque these bolts down for this piece, and they didn't move. So as long as we don't He-Man it, we should be solid. Two things. One, that's thicker than I expected it to be. Two, does that not look like wood? I thought this whole floor was fiberglass. And that looks an awful lot like wood. How do you feel having something red trying to hurt you? Huh? Wow, he's massive. Death. Words cannot describe how frustrated and how stupid I feel. So, all right, so I was putting that fan on there, okay, and I was trying to clean 2 holes out for 2 bolts to go through, and I opened it up right there. You see in there where I was just trying, whatever. So I thought, okay, well, it's not too much. I'll just cut that section out and weld it. Got done welding that part. You know, I was questioning whether or not that's gonna affect it or not, but I figured whatever. Well, then I was getting ready to clean this side up, and I noticed I nicked that one too. And that's when I almost threw this across the shop. So I just ordered a new one of these, freaking $200, and we had to cut all this off, put it on the new one, cut the original cap off, cap that, cap those. We got to do all this work again because I screwed up. So we got the lines going to that. Those are all complete. All the way up there to here. And we got some soft line looping around doing its thing. And pump is mounted. Luckily, the company silicone intakes that I got that whole kit from, they are in Colorado Springs. So it should be pretty quick shipping, but yeah, I'm pretty upset. So inside this box are 3 things that we've been needing for 3 of our cars. One semi-recently, but the other 2 for a hot minute. We'll get back to those in a moment. We're kind of at the point now where, you know, the whole last 10% of the build takes the longest, so it's all kinds of little things that I didn't do properly. I don't know what we're gonna do about this. This is my ABS delete.
Brother,
So we're gonna hopefully fix that. This is a 2000 or a C6 Corvette power steering cooler. As you can see, it is not in good condition.
fuses. Yeah, they go in here.
Oh.
They're fusible. That's why I made you get that.
Oh.
So we don't run into problems.
I have fuse boxes.
Yeah, see if that's normal fuses.
Ooh.
That should be bump.
I don't
Oh,
know how
no,
to hook up it,
definitely
yeah.
not. Touch it real quick.
I'll touch it for you. Ooh,
Cool.
that's a loud pump.
Yeah. So I had to run the relay.
So shove that in the hole
Yes.
and then
Hook up
starter.
The, yeah, two starter, the fat one I made, and then the little guy.
Okay.
And we can crank it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, neat.
Why does it sound like it's engaging?
Round 3.
Yep. Look at the crank.
Crank spinning.
Oh, there's probably no spark plugs in it.
Yeah, there's no spark plugs, Dennis. It was working the whole time.